Alrighty, guys. So here we are with GU. I just wanted to kind of break this trade down because I really felt like there was so much more to go into this trade as to what I initially was going for. And man, it was some technicals into this before I even realized what it was. And so yeah, let's just get into it. So basically, first, let's just say my charts was clean, right? I had a few, of course, regular, if you're on the 4-hour time frame, regular support resistance or whatever, right? And then I started marking up my zones. So all I really had to begin with was simply try to kill out all of this over here and everything, because I'll get to that in a second. But this was clearly already buy up, right? So I'm looking for a sell position, right? And I seen all this resistance up here, and I seen price come up to this area, drop, price came up to this area again, drop, price came up again, drop, right? So when price came up here again, what are we anticipating? A drop. But I needed more forms of confluence in order to actually be able to get into this trade. So what I did was I sat here, and what I did was sat here and marked up a long trend line here across these lower highs here or higher lows, and I marked them up right here and just seen where price was coming. And what I did was scale out and look for something higher as well, and then I seen this trend line right here, so I marked it from here coming down here. So I'm like, all right, cool, we looking good. And what I did was I was like, okay, now I start seeing something here, right? Once I seen, okay, I got this trend line here, price broke out of it, and then it came here, but price did not break out of this, right? And then I'm like, okay, cool. So then when I seen price get rejected off of this trend line here from this higher time frame, I started to scale in, and I seen price break back below this. This is pretty much the level here for these drops that I were talking about. So when I seen price come crash back through immediately like butter, and then for a retest, come on now, guys, you know what I'm saying? So we scale in on a 1 hour time frame. We go in, I'm seeing all of this right here. So, I take a little box here, I break, put it right here. Here's the interesting thing, right? Because the whole time I'm looking for shorts, but it's during all this consolidation, and literally right around here in this area right here, for some odd reason, I'm starting to see maybe a shoulder here, a head here, and another shoulder, right? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, are we looking at an inverse head and shoulders forming here, right? So I created a rule, and that's why I put this red box here, and I was like, okay, if we get a break and close above, then we might be going up. However, we did not get that break or close above, so I kindly waited for price to come back down out of this zone again, come up for a retest. As you can see, hopped in for a short position off this second bearish engulfing, and we took it down. And I was like, where are we going to take it to? And how ironic, I said, okay, TP zone has to be, right? TP zone has to be right here, right back to this level right here. So that's exactly where I marked my TP zone, and that's exactly where we came to. And that was just a beautiful trade smash for almost 115 pips right there. And that was right after we caught the swing up, and then we caught some of it coming down. It might even continue, but as of right now, 115 pips with the lot size I was using, I'm pretty satisfied. So yeah, just wanted to break that down for y'all, give y'all a quick breakdown. I thought it was really cool, real interesting, just along the journey, and the signs and the levels of confluence that I was getting along the journey to confirm my direction, even showing my emotional standpoint, and kind of just showing where I kind of almost went back on my analysis by being impatient, right? You get to these little levels here and you start seeing all this consolidation, and then you're scaling on a 1 hour, and then you're scaling on a 30-minute and a 15-minute. This becomes a lot of data, and it can start to trick and judge. You know what I'm saying? So the overall thing that I can take away when I say educational standpoint from this trade in particular is that from when I tried to start seeing the head and shoulders here, that was nothing but me trying to mark up something I seen on a lower time frame, completely forgetting that I have confluences from a higher time frame standpoint. And I think that's the key thing to take away from this, guys. When you have confluences on higher time frames, or just any time frame. Understand the time frame that you make your analysis on. And don't get caught up into going into other time frames and seeing something else on that other time frame and trying to take a trade on that time frame when you know your analysis comes from X, Y, and Z. All right. So good stuff. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Secure the bag for anybody that was in this trade on the way up and the way down. Let's go.